Okay, hello, my name is François. My role here at EQLC is I'm the head teacher of science and mathematics. So I mostly teach the math of Secondary 4, Secondary 5. I have another colleague taking care of the lower levels, and I take care of all the other sciences, physics, chemistry, and biology as well. My vision of school perseverance, for me, it all starts with a goal. If you don't have a goal, there is no way you can succeed in anything. The basic is to simply have a goal that you're comfortable with, that you well planned, that you thought about it very well, and then after that, you hang on it. Sometimes it doesn't mean that you will get there all at once. Sometimes you have to take a step back, modify it, but you keep in mind that it's all based on a goal. And the moment you achieve your goal, well, you know what? You find another one. That's always my idea of what is school perseverance. Yeah, I told that to a few of my students sometimes when they end up failing an exam because they feel a little bit desperate. But I told them that when I moved to Quebec City, I was 12 years old back then, I didn't speak a single word of English at that moment. And I went to a school that was a lot oriented towards sports. And in the morning, we had our English classes. I didn't understand a single thing. First exam, 4%. Second exam, 8%. And then I realized, oh my God, what am I gonna do here? And I ended up, again, setting myself a goal. I need to achieve this. I need to pass. I stumbled, but I picked myself up and I was able to, in the end, be not too bad in English as well. It happened again, something like that when I started in Cégep. Stumbled again, failed a math course, a physics course in the same semester. Again, I picked myself up. I knew what's my goal. And I came back in, and then when I redid the course, I was the first of my class. So as you can see, it's related with the last question, but this is sometimes things that we don't know about teachers. We fail as well. We're all humans, and in the end, it's how we respond to that is important. My dream job when I was a teenager, actually I had none. Originally, when I was young, I wanted to become an entomologist, which is a person that is studying insects. I still love them today, still have great collections at my place, but I knew that it would probably not be a career. After that, I thought about becoming more an engineer. Wasn't too sure about that either, thinking about becoming a co-pilot in the Army. Didn't work out for some reasons, but then I went into engineering, thinking that it would probably be the best option for me. And I changed after a couple of years because I really wanted to do something that was more connected with the public, where I could help people. It was still related with science, and that's still what I teach today, but I really wanted to have that social connections with my students. And in the end, is it a dream job? I'm not so sure if it's a dream job, but it's a job that I'm good at. And I think that is pretty much what everybody should focus on when they want to have a career in something. It's to find something that yes, they like, but that they're good at. And they have that reward at the end of the day. When you come back home, you feel like, yeah, had a good day. I did something meaningful, and this is what keeps me going. Yeah, there are so many. But in the field of education, I'll probably mention one great scientist, because there's a common saying about something that is, if you think you understand something, that's because you're good at teaching it. Yeah, but I like another version that comes from Richard Feynman, is a Nobel Prize winner in physics. And he said that if you want to master something, teach it. And it is exactly what we do here. So when we teach, we actually commit ourselves to be a bit vulnerable when we teach something, because we don't know if we're going to teach it the right way, depending on the person that is in front of us, depending on their background. So when you make the commitment of teaching something, at the very same time you tell yourself, yeah, I have to be a master of this. I might not be a master yet, but eventually I will be. And after a few years, that's why us educators, usually we become pretty good after a few years, and we start being masters, not just of the content we teach, but of also of our ability to transmit that knowledge. I did not decide at all to work here, actually. It was back in 2014. I was working at another school board, but because the population of our school was going down, I was at the bottom of the list and I lost my job. So I decided to start starting a business program here as a student. So I was doing the program, and at the same time I was also working as a part-time job in the Army as a mechanic. So for a month I did that, and then one evening we were having a coffee break with the starting a business program, and I met our center director. She was coming out of a meeting, and I started talking with her. Actually, she was a former center director at a school where I was working before, so it was my first time meeting her. So she decided to ask me my phone number. 48 hours later, she called me while I was repairing a truck, and 2 days later, I was teaching here and never left. So I didn't choose EQLC. EQLC chose me. That's what I could say.
And what do you like here?
I like the fact that it's a small team and that you don't have so many students around. Well, in a big school, it can be very interesting to have a large population, but it becomes sometimes a bit complicated to have these intimate connections with these students that will be here, honestly, sometimes for 2 or 3 years. So that's what I like, being with these students for so many years, and then when they finish their program, you see them in the streets and you talk with them as if now you're good friends. So honestly, I like the fact that we're a small place, but that we have a solid team committed with students that we really love.